Hello gamers, it's Mew. I'm still kind of recovering from being sick. And I'm also not home alone, so I can't say this in my usual volume, so this more ASMR-like video quality may not be for everyone. But I finally sat down and scripted a video because, while being sick, I could barely sit down and do the things I actually wanted to do. But, since I've been sick and have not had the energy to do as much, I figured this would be one of my more simpler videos. Speed paint is just gonna be whatever. I'll decide later, I guess. um, Anyways, this is, if you read the title, a video of my New Year's resolutions. Yay! And I watched my old one, and I achieved most except for two big wins. The first was finish book 1 of Kingdoms. It didn't happen. Is anyone surprised? Nope. But that's definitely on my list of resolutions, though, for this year. Or next year, I guess. And I keep saying it over and over. And I'll shut up about it at some point, I swear. But I do feel like April 2026 is going to be the year it finally releases, so yay! Anyway, second was to finish book 1 of Keiko Kuromiya, which no one is surprised either. I've barely had time to work on that. Since Keiko Kuromiya's inception, it's literally been pushed to the side. But I'm probably gonna work on that next after I finish book 1 of Kingdoms. Because I love Kingdoms, but I'm also excited to take a break on it because I do have a lot of future stories, so. And now here are my resolutions for this year. I want to read somewhere between 120 to 130 books. It's not solidified just yet because I've read quite a lot before the end of the year, and I keep thinking this might be the last book, but then that doesn't end up being the last one. But, I try to read more than the previous year. At some point, I'm sure this will probably be unattainable, but it still feels doable. If you're curious about how I manage, I read a chapter of a book in the mornings, and then I also read another from 30 minutes to an hour at night on most weeks. But usually I'll skip reading like an hour or 30 minutes on Fridays. I want to read more indie authors because, I have like a little video series where I read and review indie authors, but it's been only 2 books so far, and they're both by Silas Johnson. Hi, Silas, if you're watching this. But, want to uplift more authors because I could be doing a lot more. And the great news is that I have been reading some indie and self-published authors already. So those will be a few of videos for the upcoming year. So hooray! I like to post more about books, reading, and writing just in general. I know this channel is primarily about art, but I want to mix in more stuff as well. I just kind of want this just to be like creative space where I just like do like a whole bunch of shit, I mean, like my whole channel's motto, I feel like, is just me doing shit all the time. But I don't want to be so art focused. But I think art will still probably be the main thing I do on here. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. I think 2026, I think I'll also probably write the first draft of book 3 of Kingdoms. And I know this is a huge goal considering I'm still not even done with the first book, but I do think that this year this could be doable. Maybe this will happen at the end of 2026 for my 4th year of NaNoWriMo, but that is very far in the future, so, that's very far to think about, so I'm not going to think about that too much. I'd like to edit book 2 of Kingdoms, because draft 1 of book 2 is probably like 2 or a year old now, probably leaning more towards 2, and it really, we're getting close, but not yet, but it is very close to giving it the well-needed edit it deserves. I want to write more short stories because I want to practice editing and stuff by working on shorter stories. I do have like 4 ones, but honestly, the only one that I actually really care about is just one I haven't had the time to revisit again. But yeah, because one There's only one that's actually a short story. One was planned to be part of a bigger story. I don't know if I'm gonna do the bigger story. And then two, I don't really care about. So I want to finish up a For Fun fanfic. Because, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I have a fanfic for a very small fandom. And I started this, like, September, a couple months ago. But I haven't finished it, one, because I haven't had the time, but also I'm low-key afraid of judgment and also just being inaccurate to the characters and the lore and stuff. But honestly, I really just want to say fuck it and finish it anyway, even if it's bad. But I don't know. I feel that the weight on my shoulders, I guess. I want to draw more fan art. I often see cool art and stuff that I want to make fan art for, but I'm always like, oh, but I don't have the time. And when I say fan art, like, my wish is that I could make more, like, big, cool, finished pieces as fan art. But, I always crave spontaneous fan art that I didn't have to do anything for. And it does sometimes happen, but that's like a once in a blue moon type of thing. And I want to be that person for others instead, A lot of cool artists I follow, I would love to make fan art for. So I'm probably just, on days that I literally don't know what to draw, I'm probably just gonna be like, okay, let's just do fan art. I want to do more DIYs. I want to make and sew patches and stuff. But I think it'd also be cool if I tried making my own JIK clothes, since often JIK just doesn't fit me, even with, like, weight I've been trying to lose since, like, 2023. I've also kind of floated the idea, like, I see, like, fashion designers and stuff, and that's cool, that's fun. But, like, I don't know. I don't think I could ever, like, make or do a fashion brand or anything. So I think it would be really cool if instead of making a fashion brand, like what if I just, like, drew up sketches of, like, clothing designs that definitely don't already exist, and just, like, I figure out, okay, how do I actually make this? And then I kind of just, like, make videos being like, here's how I made this clothes, and here's how you could make these type of clothes. I don't know if I would actually be doing that because I am doing so much all the time. But, we'll see. I want to dress cooler more often. I love dressing up, but I don't do it as much as I would like to. But, like, I also don't want to get to a point where I can't be seen if I don't dress a certain way or don't have makeup on. But, like, I usually do it monthly, but I want to do it more. It also probably doesn't help that I don't leave my house very often. But, yeah. I want to sell more stuff on my shop. I've literally only sold, like, 4 things. It was all to one person. I think part of it is just because I haven't advertised in a while, but I want to add more now that I have paper and a sticker cutter machine. I'm still trying to figure it out more, but I think I'm gonna use my cutting machine for stickers in the future. But for now, I'm gonna wait until I sell out of the old inventory that I haven't cut. And it's also, I can't really cut it now because to cut stuff with it, you have to print these guidelines that the machine looks for. It is like, oh, okay. And then it, like, cuts. So, I mean, I guess I could retroactively cut the stuff that isn't really cut, but it's not gonna look as good. So I might also redraw the old stuff, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and I also began using my old Redbubble because I was hoping that it could be used for people outside of the US can just, like, buy my stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it applies or anything. I want to take more commissions. I was very excited when I first opened commissions for the first time, and I actually had some interested people, but long story short, I have yet to actually take any commissions at all. Again, maybe I'm not advertising it enough, but I don't know. Maybe my art's still not good enough yet. I think I might include like a poll at the end of this video, or not the end, but you know. And last one, I would like to grow my Patreon, which with commissions, I was super excited to start it, but it literally has not grown. And I don't know if it's because I don't advertise it enough, my audience is small, don't post enough, don't have the right content, etc., but you know, I'll do that poll and maybe I can get to the bottom of things, and maybe soon I can have some paid members. And that's it for my New Year's resolutions. I hope you enjoyed listening to my plans. I'd also like your suggestions. Is there anything you want to see from me, or things you want me to do less of? No guarantees I'll comply, but you know, I'd like to hear your thoughts as well. Also, feel free to let me know your resolutions. Anyway, that's all from me. Thanks for listening, and next time my voice won't sound as strange as it does right now. Goodbye!